Okay. So I do want to welcome you to the 2020 SSC College of Ed Awards. Hold on just a second. Can you still see, I hope? Maybe not. So you can see my screen, but I'm going to have to go this way because I'm reading a script on another monitor. And as soon as I went to present mode, I lost everything I was going to read. So here we go. Welcome to the 2020 Symposium for Scholarship and Creativity. Obviously, I am Julie McIntosh, Dean of the College of Education. We are thrilled to have you attend our Zoom session today. We are excited to invite alumni back to speak to our current students. And I can say that at the University of Findlay, we prepare the best teaching candidates in Ohio. Our program has strong field experiences, content expertise, pedagogy, and strength in turning theory into practice. We are one of the only programs in Ohio to focus on brain-based research and additional field experiences that are offered through our clubhouse, our partnerships with the Hancock Park District, the Children's Museum, Findlay City Schools, Van Buren Schools, Lipsick schools, and over 70 area schools. All of this work is thanks to our wonderful faculty and staff in the College of Education. And as I said, we're in a Zoom session, so this will feel kind of awkward, but you can clap for our College of Ed faculty and staff. Thank you for everything that you do. We appreciate your work every day. Again, I'm very proud of our teacher candidates, and today is a day we get to hear from one of our alumni and honor our outstanding student teachers in each content area, as well as honoring some rising stars that we'll get to in just a moment. So our first award recipient is Outstanding Teacher Education Graduate in Early Childhood. And I just wanted to say, I don't know if you can see me in the screen really small there, but I do have the plaques. I was able to pick those up. These hang in the College of Education in the hallway. And your name, Bailey, has already been added to this early childhood plaque. And you also get a gift card, which we will get to you in a certificate, but you'll get a $50 gift card to a teacher bookstore to help get supplies for your classroom. So Bailey Schroeder is our first Outstanding Teacher Education graduate. Bailey shared that teachers do far more than teach. We have the opportunity to impact students and make a difference in the lives of many. As a teacher, she hopes to inspire young individuals and build confidence by engaging students and adapting to their different learning styles in order to support each individual to be the best version of themselves. Teachers incorporate kindness, empathy, compassion, and perseverance into lessons. I will do my best, this is from Bailey, I will do my best to motivate, encourage, and empower students to face challenges and opportunities with a positive attitude and a love of learning. Congratulations, Bailey. Our next Outstanding Teacher Education graduate is Kiana Sturgill, and she shared that she loves being able to connect with students and building relationships with them. She enjoys every day, and it's a new adventure, and she never knows what to expect. And she finds great joy in students realizing that she cares about them and is interested in them as individuals. Congratulations, Kiana. Hold that thought. Okay, Outstanding Teacher Education graduate, middle childhood, is Tom Mayhaas. Tom is the Outstanding Middle Childhood recipient, and he stated, for me, the best part of teaching is when I can walk alongside students as they engage and explore and learn to think critically. I love allowing them to see what they are capable of doing and to see them as they have those aha moments. I also love that teaching has provided me the opportunity to foster students' lifelong connection with learning. Congratulations, Tom. Our next Outstanding Teacher Education graduate for the adolescent young adult, this is grades 7 through 12, is Garrett McKevitt. Garrett shared, "What I love about teaching is being able to have an impact on students' lives every day. I step in the classroom. I love being able to build relationships with students that will last a lifetime. I believe that students will not always remember everything you taught them, but they will always remember everything you did for them, which makes teaching a very rewarding career path." And he was just hired to teach at Elmwood. Congratulations, Garrett. Our next outstanding teacher education graduate for multi-age K-12 is Kaley Card. Kaley shared that one of the things that she enjoys about teaching is that she has the opportunity to impact students in a multitude of ways. Whether she's checking in on how they're doing or how their day is going, encouraging them in a project or helping them with the problem, she always has an impact and interacts with students. Teaching is more than just your content area, and while Kaley said, "I love teaching my students about art because it is my passion, I am just as excited to just interact and get to know them better." Congratulations, Kaley. Our outstanding Master of Arts in Education Student Award, most of you will know Tyler Carroll. Tyler has been a graduate assistant for the Teacher Resource Center for 2 years. He has done much to keep the technology and other resources available for those who pop in to see what's going on. He has been instrumental in setting up our new makerspace and has recently completed his Master of Arts in Education with a mathematics teaching emphasis. Tyler has been beyond helpful in all things the TRC and the Clubhouse Reading Center. His organizational skills and attention to detail are excellent, and this helps everyone he meets. Tyler has helped innumerable UF and College of Ed students, as well as hundreds of children who come to the Clubhouse for reading help. His hard work has made the TRC and the Clubhouse even more pleasant and effective places to learn and grow. His academic excellence is only one piece of the outstanding Oiler that he is, and we're so happy to get to offer him this recognition for his outstanding excellence in all he has done in his time as a graduate student at the University of Findlay. Tyler was just hired at Upper Sandusky, so congratulations, Tyler. Our next award is the DeBow and Catherine Freed Academic Scholars Award. This was established by former University of Findlay President, Dr. DeBow Freed. Dr. Freed served as the University of Findlay's 16th president from 2003 to 2010. He has also served as president of Monmouth College as well as Ohio Northern University for a total of 32 years as a university president. Mrs. Freed also had a positive impact as a community leader at each institution. At the University of Findlay, she helped to bring the National Student Honoraries to the university, supported the Mazza Museum, and helped in beautifying the campus. The Findlay Mortarboard chapter is named for her, as is a gallery in the Mazza Museum and the Contemporary Christian Lecture Series. The DeBow and Catherine Freed Academic Scholars Award is presented annually to the highest ranking undergraduate student in each of the colleges, as measured by the highest accumulative grade point average after the first semester of one's senior year. It is an honor to name this year's DeBow and Catherine Freed Academic Scholars Award for the College of Education to Stephen Hayes. Congratulations, Stephen. And Stephen, I will touch base with you. We have an actual award and certificate that I need to get to you for that DeBow Freed Award. I would at this time like to acknowledge our Choose Ohio First Scholars. The Choose Ohio First Scholarship is awarded to students seeking to become math or science middle or high school teachers. I do have certificates for the 3 of you that are signed by Governor Mike DeWine and Lieutenant Governor John Husted. Our Choose Ohio First Scholars are Lindsay Clausing, Emma McMaster, and Nicholas Rively. So congratulations to those 3. Kappa Delta Pi is our International Honor Society in Education. College of Education students are invited to join based on their hours completed in education and their grade point average. I would like to recognize the hard work of our officers. Normally, if we were in Ritz, Old Main, we would have you stand and wave and be recognized. But our President, Ryan Keck, thank you so much for your work this year. Vice President, Caitlin Reynolds, Treasurer, Catherine Samuelson, Secretary, Michaela Pitt, Membership Coordinator, Ellen Wood, Social Media Chair, Jill Prince, and Decorations Committee Chair, Lydia Sparks. KDP initiated 16 new members this year. Normally we would have you stand and be recognized, but you can see your names listed there as initiates either from the fall or spring semester. So congratulations, KDP. And at this time, I would like Mary Heather Munger to list the names. These are the KDP graduating seniors. You will get cords and or medallions to wear at graduation. I will let you know that the university is still in talks of postponing graduation to either do that in August or December of this next year. So hang tight for that announcement, but we are hoping that we can have a graduation ceremony and we will get those cords and medallions to you. So Dr. Munger?
Yes, those students receiving, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Cords and medallions will be Cassie Boring, Kelsey Diavernoy, Abby Dempster, Zarina Dillon, Brianna Floyd, Addison Henry, Ashley Hoy, Olivia Mahold, Aubrey Manns, Caitlin Reynolds, Catherine Samuelson, Bailey Schroeder, and Kiana Sturgill. So congratulations to all of you. It's been a pleasure to work with you.
Congratulations to all. At this point, each year, our College of Education faculty select rising stars from our introductory courses, pre-professional, and methods block of classes. So at this time, I invite Dr. Allison Baer. She will be doing the introductory courses. And these students will receive a note and a $10 gift card to a teacher bookstore. Oh, Allison, you're muted.
There we go. Sorry about that. I've been looking at other people over there. So the rising stars are people that we think are exhibiting those teacher dispositions that we find to be so valuable to us in your future profession. And for the introductory courses, Jacob Brown, Riley Imes, Avery Melroy, Paige Emnett, Hannah Otley, Michael Jacob, all of you are truly rising stars.
Congratulations. And the pre-professional block will be read by Professor Brooks.
Okay, good afternoon, and I'd like to honor the pre-professional rising stars that were selected by the College of Ed faculty as Stephanie Carr, Emma McMaster, Nikki Schuster, Lindsay Seaman, Carly Brandon, Olivia Olson, and Olivia Radzewski. I really appreciate all your hard work. Thank you. And congratulations.
And our method students that are rising stars, Professor Recker.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Perfect. Good afternoon, everyone. And I would like to recognize our junior block methods students. Thank you for your hard work and the difference that you're making in students' lives. This is a wonderful honor that you're getting. So I'd like to congratulate John DeKrantz, Ryan Keck, Ellen Wood, Haley Priest, Ariana Gonzalez, and Morgan Rose. Congratulations, you guys. Job well done.
Congratulations to all of our award winners. We're very proud of all of our students in the College of Education. At this time, I would like to introduce our alumni speaker, Tanya Turbin. And Tanya is an intervention specialist at Bigelow Hill Intermediate in Findlay City Schools. She has been teaching for 12 years, educating students with special needs in 3rd, 4th, and 5th grades. She is passionate about student-centered learning and strives to help her students find their passion. Her students have raised money for local charities connected with professional athletes, design video games, and film their own cooking shows. At Bigelow Hill Intermediate, Turbin is consistently a leader amongst her peers. She diligently secured funding for and designed a makerspace for Bigelow Hill, created and advises the first LEGO League and Wonder Workshop robotics team, and executed a district-wide cardboard challenge. Because of the collaborative efforts between Turbin and her colleagues, Bigelow Hill is recognized as one of 6 STEAM schools in the state of Ohio. She was recognized as a 2020 District 1 State Board Teacher of the Year, and she was a finalist for Ohio Teacher of the Year and STEM Teacher of the Year for Findlay City Schools. She is also an adjunct professor for us at the University of Findlay. She also serves on our Educational Advisory Council. She holds a Bachelor's of Science and Master of Arts in Education from the University of Findlay, and she holds an additional master's degree from Western Governors University in Learning and Technology. So we'll give a little round of applause as we switch screens, and I give Tanya permission to share here. Okay, so you should be good to go, Tanya.
All right, can everybody see my screen? Can you hear me okay? Okay, perfect. Our Wi-Fi is going out here at school. Well, thank you, Julie, for that very warm welcome. My name is Tanya Turbin, and I am an intervention specialist here at Findlay City Schools. I am in my 14th year of teaching, and I have never been more proud to be a teacher in this great state of Ohio. So like many seniors in high school, I wasn't sure what I wanted to do or where I was heading. But many of my study halls in high school involved volunteering in the elementary special needs classroom. It was there that I fell in love with the idea of teaching and decided a career as an intervention specialist would be the perfect fit for me. I started at the University of Findlay in the fall of 2002 and can remember having classes with Mary Cameron, Susan Brooks, Kim Ferget, and Connie Leatherman when she taught math. My student teaching experiences would bring me to New Regal, Findlay High School, and then finally Lincoln Elementary. Each experience provided me with more knowledge than the previous experience, and I continued to learn more and more. In May, I would accept my very first full-time teaching position as an intervention specialist at Washington Intermediate in Findlay City Schools. I had never been so excited for anything in my life. But I would soon learn that teaching is full of ups and downs, and it wasn't all flare pens and sticky notes. I was so excited to get my classroom ready. In the days before Pinterest, that wasn't so easy. So my mom came up that summer to help. And just as we put the finishing touches on it, the flood of 2007 hit Findlay. And because my classroom was located in the basement of Washington, I watched all of my hard work float down the hallway. But the floods weren't over. Another flood would hit Findlay shortly after. And during the school day, we would need to do an emergency removal, sending students home as fast as we could, because the flood was splitting the town in half. Calling parents, signing out students, making sure they made it home safely. And this is actually how I met many of my students' parents for the first time. Here at this building on Main Street, I would learn about this idea of school report cards and how Washington was in academic watch, a year away from being taken over by the state of Ohio. Here is where I would also learn about poverty and the needs that our students would have because of it. And just 1 year at this building, I learned I would need to pack up all of my supplies and curriculum and move into our new home on Broad Avenue. Those next 5 years would teach me more about managing student personalities and behavior than I could have ever imagined. Here is where I found my passion for technology and used it to enhance my classroom lessons. And this building is where staff and students connected together as a family. And then the announcement would be made that they would be closing the doors of Washington Intermediate forever and placing staff all throughout the district, a staff and students that were like family. And it was one of the hardest goodbyes of my career. I said goodbye to students and colleagues and friends that I would never work with again. So once again, I packed up my materials and curriculum and made the move to Bigelow Hill Intermediate. And things were hard. harder than they had ever been. And I remember exactly where I was standing that first year at Bigelow Hill when I heard the news that one of our 5th graders had taken his own life while home from school one day. And then a few months later, I would learn our physical education teacher would pass away from cancer. And it wasn't easy. It was tough, really tough. And so in these moments, I could have dwelled on everything that went wrong, but instead I chose to focus on the positives. Do you remember when I was telling you about the flood that was splitting the town? Well, that day, I got to meet a parent for the first time. And during that time, I told her how amazing her daughter was, and that I couldn't wait to attend her graduation. And it was a conversation that I barely remember having. But 3 years ago, that parent walked into my school and handed me an invitation to attend high school graduation. Yes, I was invited to attend the graduation of my first group of students, and you bet I fought back the tears. And do you remember when I was telling you about my school being on academic watch and very close to being taken over by the state of Ohio while we were in the middle of moving across town? Well, the next year we received a rating of excellent, and the following year it was excellent with distinction, and our students were accomplishing things we could have never imagined. I also remember our principal being so excited for our accomplishments, she hopped on the secretary's desk and shouted it from the rooftops. And when tragedy struck years later at Bigelow Hill, I watched the staff come together and grow for the first time. And this is what pushed me and continues to push me to grow as an educator. It's the mindset I use when creating opportunities for my students. A few years ago, I had a group of students who changed my life. Each group of students that you will teach will be special in their own unique way, but these students were extra special. My students that year were all students with special needs who had more talents and gifts than I could have ever imagined. Sydney had the ability to draw anything and everything. Melody could sing any tune you gave her. Glenn's father held patents on car motors, but passed away from cancer before Glenn could really get to know him. And Glenn wanted to follow in his father's footsteps. Israel could dance and act, and he loved writing his own plays. Tyler was great with his hands and learned to write block code faster than I could even keep up with. While they all had their different strengths, their weaknesses were all similar. These students were reading well below grade level, struggling to compute numbers, and having trouble keeping focused during normal class lessons. How was I going to make a difference with this group of students? How was I going to connect their gifts with their struggles inside the classroom? The concept of Genius Hour, or 20% time, was relatively new at the time, but I knew that because these students had specific interests and talents, that this would be the perfect time to give it a try. And I asked my students 3 basic questions. What will you learn or create? How will you learn or create it? How will you show me and the world what you are learning? I watched these students grow academically and step out of their comfort zones. They were researching various topics, collaborating and educating each other on things that they were learning. They were motivated and on task, and they were reading and writing. In fact, they were doing more reading and writing than they had done all year. Melody decided to write her own song and sing it in front of the entire grade during lunch and asked for donations for a local charity. Sydney created a cooking channel on YouTube featuring Fago cupcakes. After totaling her cost of supplies, she went to the local grocery store and she bought her groceries for the project. Glenn's project was the most problematic. Learning about car motors was not an easy task. So Glenn and I decided that working with Lego motors would be a great start. Glenn built several different types of cars using the Lego Education We Do 2.0 set and designed and 3D printed his own car with the help of a high school teacher. Tyler made one of the best connections in the community after befriending Matt William, who was a BMX bike rider and motivational speaker. Tyler and Matt emailed several times about BMX bike riding, and Tyler delivered a presentation with all that he had learned. Israel wrote a play all about persevering when schoolwork is difficult and overcoming challenges. As the group of students acted out Israel's script, the impact of his words and ideas were very apparent in the audience. And this is what became my passion, incorporating the strengths of my students while teaching them everything they were required to know. Genius Hour allowed for my students to have voice within my classroom. It allowed them to take control of their learning and their own curiosities. And their learning never stopped. And without even knowing it, that would become one of my core beliefs, extending my classroom into the world around us. It is what continues to motivate me to create opportunities for students of Bigelow Hill. I organized our first Findlay City Schools Cardboard Challenge, where over 300 students participated and showcased their arcade games at our local mall. I transformed a space of our school into a makerspace, where students can create and collaborate while working on project-based learning tasks. By creating a makerspace, leading robotics teams, and being an advocate of student-centered learning, this led my school to being designated as a STEAM school, representing one of 6 in the state of Ohio. And in March of this school year, I was reflecting on my career, and I thought to myself, man, there isn't anything I haven't seen in education. And boy, was I wrong. March 12th will forever be a day that is etched into my mind. At 2:30 in the afternoon, huddled around a computer with a group of teachers, we received the news that schools would be closed for at least 3 weeks due to the coronavirus pandemic. It's hard to put into words the feeling in that moment. There was a lot of uncertainty and questions about what this would look like for students. And that afternoon, we said goodbye to our students like we always do, not knowing if it was the last time we would see some of them. And with everything going on around us, it is easy to get caught up in everything that isn't going right. And it's important to step back and to begin to celebrate those small moments. I watched a group of educators come together and develop a plan for our students in under 30 minutes. I am able to connect with my students every single day because of technology. I am able to video chat with them and interact with them and their family members. And in some cases, it has given me more insight to how my students learn than it ever did before. And this time has taught me even more that teaching is never about the curriculum and standards, but about the relationships that are built with students. And so I'm going to try to play a video here. I'm hoping it's going to work. But this is Joe Sanfilippo. He is the superintendent of a school, I believe in Wisconsin. And so this is how I start every conversation. Take a listen. Please somebody give me a thumbs up if it works.
All right, everybody, Saturday morning, Fall Creek, Wisconsin, 1 minute walk to work, and here's what I'm thinking about today. So our kids have been out of their regular school routine for the last 3 days, and it got us thinking about how are we making sure that parents are not only informed, but involved in the process moving forward. And for us, that comes down to consistency and connection. And the consistency is not just about the message that you put out, but when you put that message out. You know, our families have been completely thrown out of a school routine that they've used for months or years at this point, and it's our job to help them regain that routine in some capacity. You know, we've been reading stories on our Facebook page at 8 a.m. every weekday morning, and we'll continue to do so. Partially because we want to make sure that the kid starts with a story, but the other piece is making sure that parents can start with some consistency to their day. You know, and when it comes to connection, honestly, when the connection is real, then the distance has less of an impact on that connection, right? When the connection is real, we know what kids need access. We know what kids need food. And if the connection is real to at least one adult in this building, then the kid has a much better chance at success. So leadership challenge for next week is simply this. The last thing that we want to do is to overwhelm families and kids at this point, right? So the more that we can be consistent and connected to the process, the better chance we have for everybody to be successful moving forward. And let's think about the questions that we ask to start our day, because the questions that we ask to start our day should have nothing to do with instruction. The questions that we ask to start our day should be, how are you doing and do you need anything? How are you doing and do you need anything? And I'm not just talking about kids, right? Because parents and teachers need the exact same questions asked of them too. Just got to take care of each other. All right, people, it's all I got. We're all staying together, man. Have a great week, everybody. Go Crickets.
And so that was Joe Sanfilippo. He does a 1 minute leadership walk every morning. Check him out on Twitter. He's a good follow. And so those 2 questions are how I start every student call and video chat. How are you doing? And do you need anything? This too shall pass, and soon we will be back in our classrooms with our students, creating memories, building relationship, and completing all of those projects. But for now, enjoy this moment, focus on the positive and what is going well around you. Life will soon be flare pens and sticky notes again. Well, and some days it might not. Some days it might be 2-year-old half-eaten boxes of chocolates gifted for Valentine's Day. And that's okay too. I challenge you. Find the joy in every moment. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, Tanya. I think you can see everybody clapping there. Fabulous job. We are very anxious to have you on campus next year so you can do your full presentation, because that that hit us in the heart of a teacher. And I think you've provided us some good news and good things to do during this trying time of COVID-19, because none of us have ever had to deal with a situation like this. In honor of your presentation, I do have a plaque for you that I will give to you next time I see you. Thank you so much for doing this today. I very much appreciate it, and so does the College of Education. Faculty, is there anybody who'd like to say something quickly?
You're all amazing. You're going to make great teachers. We're so proud of you, and we miss you. And if you need anything, you know how to get a hold of us.
Thank you, Dr. Bear.
I'd like to thank Tanya. I needed that, and I'm probably not the only one. So thank you for your time and putting that presentation together. It was very uplifting, and I appreciate it. And it's so great to see all of my colleagues and many students. I really do miss you. And I'm proud of you, and I'm so excited to have you going out into the field, because I know so many students, look, I'm getting teared up, are going to be in such good hands, and that just warms my heart. So congratulations to all of you.
Thank you, Dr. Munger. Any other faculty want to say something before we sign off here? Carrie Teeple, Dr. Teeple just put a sign up, put it up again. Miss you. Very nice. Okay, thank you so much for joining our SSC College of Ed award presentation and alumni speaker presentation. This will be uploaded to the SSC page. They are going to put poster presentations. Anybody who had a presentation, they can upload their PowerPoint, or they can record a Zoom session like this, and that will be uploaded as well. So go out and check some of those. I know that our Choose Ohio First Scholars, Lindsay, Emma, and Nick, did a great PowerPoint presentation on standards-based report cards, and that is a great presentation, so I would take a look at that, and I know we have others as well. So thank you so much. Have a wonderful weekend, and we look forward to seeing you on campus again very soon. Goodbye.